Now we basically are now beginning every fight with essentially Freddy's birthday effect in play.
Dang.
Oh, the damage
Yep.
buff?
See those arrows? Yeah, it's attack, defense, and speed.
Wow.
So yeah, we're quite a bit stronger already. Again,
Buff stack?
We beg
yes
now.
and no. If you have two different attack buffs, only one attack buff is actually in play. But what it will do is if I used the birthday ability, it would reset the timer on these buffs.
Oh, see, I thought it would be kind of like the way Azure Lane does it, where if you have two of the same stat buff, the higher leveled one will take precedent.
I think all buffs in this game are actually the same in terms of like how much they expand your stats. So I don't think that ever really comes up. I'm actually going to take the long way purely because I think we're ready to actually start recruiting some other characters, provided they don't just unscrew the party. But
I was about to say it's kind of funny that out of the 3 runs we've watched, kind of you got the that new party member that you're fighting. That this is the one. I think this is the longest we've gone without seeing a new party member now. All of a sudden.
Yeah, it's random, and some areas are better about it than others. In fact, there's actually there's one area late in the game when you get to it where like you can essentially recruit every single character there if you just grind long enough. Of course, by the time you're there, you'll already have plenty, but it is where you get a lot of in-game characters. All right.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's JJ. Yep. JJ,
who's this howdy-doody looking guy?
girl. I believe it's a female. That said, this is actually not an enemy. She will never, ever hurt you. She shows up in FNAF 2 as an visible hallucination, and she shows up under your desk and stares at you unnervingly.
As you do.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't FNAF 2 the one where you play as a little kid?
No, that's FNAF 4. And we got her.
So which is the one that has Nicolas Cage?
That's Willy's Wonderland, and that's actually a really entertaining film, I have to say. So, as you see, JJ is a little troll who enjoys harassing people and has the instant death ability Unscrew.
I was gonna say, I think that's an death ability she has on the third one. Right
You know what? I request that we add her to our party immediately.
I am in agreement. In fact, I'm actually going to teach you one of my favorite strategies in the game. We're going to lead with Mangle. We're going to have JJ after that. We're going to have, let's see. Let's have Toy Chica.
I am just the way that she just kind of is shaking her hips. It was like, really?
Yeah, she was deliberately designed to be fan disservice. And we're going to have Foxy, and then you guys will speak up to...
I was about to say, it's just kind of even more worrisome when you know that like all of these things are like Iron Maiden monsters. I'm not talking about the heavy metal band. I'm talking about the torture instrument.
The torture device. Yep. Essentially, yes. Now, the thing about poppers is they're these little things that you throw out. And the more you have on the screen, the more damage they do when they detonate.
Oh, it's a dot. Okay.
Sort of. It's more like an attack that builds up over time and then attacks all at once. But both Mangle and JJ
kind of
have
like
poppers.
Blast and Monhun.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Okay.
Yep. And both JJ and Mangle have access to those abilities, so they can stack them really fast. It's actually a great way of dealing early game damage. Now, on the overworld, you'll always see regular Freddy, even if you're not using him, but if you go into a conversation with another character, you will see the character that you have on point.
So what determines the number of poppers that you put out, or is that just...
It's a random chance. It's somewhere between, I want to say, 3 and, 8.
That's it, because you just did it, and it only put out, 3, and then Mangle did it, and then you did, 10,
So let's try this guy on for size. I don't actually remember how strong he is or if he's any different than the other one. Whoop, he jump scared us.
Chipa-kun.
So now that you have this character, that means that if you die, you don't lose this character, correct?
Yep, she will stay with us forever. even if she dies or if we, explode or what have you, she is permanently unlocked.
That's good to know.
This one actually likes using jump scare. The other one didn't.
With how unforgiving I've heard this game being, oh my goodness, that just tore him a new butthole.
Now, here's a thing that I discovered via the scientific method, is auto-death abilities work on bosses, just at a greatly reduced rate.
Oh, that's... see, I was hoping that it would be auto-death abilities work, just the same as they do against you.
Oh,
which is
I wish.
Lechery Odyssey and Megaton.
That is true for Here Comes a New Challenger moments, but for bosses... auto-death abilities can work, it's just the fact of the matter is it's at a very reduced rate.
Happy birthday.
What chip did you just get?
Evercomet. It will cause random meteors to fall from the sky and deal damage to enemies over time. And it will do it for, I think, about as long as the starting buff chips last.
Blonde. Those little blocks that have keys on them, I'm assuming you have to find some sort of key to unlock them?
You have the right idea, yes. By the way, poppers share a universal timer. So no matter when you put them onto the field, as soon as that timer is up, all of them detonate on a regardless basis.
That sounds hilariously exploitable.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Have you tried to have a team that literally all has just poppers? To see how
I have not, but that sounds like a challenge we're going to undertake this run. I don't remember every single character who has it. Oh, yeah, the Reaper. These guys attempt to cast instant death. And for 100, yeah, we'll take the small one. I bought the Reaper, for I felt no need to fear it.
Well, you have a fever, and the only cure is more cowbell.
Is that the blue oyster cult on my roof next to me? No, I'm kidding.
No, Subtunnel must be up ahead. Something is blocking the path. I'm sure it's something you can't handle.
It's a blue oyster cult with the Judas Priest.
And the Master of Puppets. I do need to warn you of something, though. When you enter a glitched object into a subtunnel, it's possible to find yet another glitched object inside. That will take you into a subtunnel below the subtunnel. There may be even more glitched objects even there. Just be sure you never go down more than 3 glitches. I'm not sure you'll be able to find your way back up. Be sure to be on the search for new chips and bytes.
It's Inception.
Oh my. Oh my.
Nightmare Balloon Boy. Because regular Balloon Boy... didn't cause enough hate and consternation. Kind of stop the grind here a little.
So wait, if you go down 3, is it like an auto death at that point?
No, there's actually only one spot in the game where you can do it, and it's maybe not what you'd even expect. I'll show it off when I get the opportunity to, because you actually don't lose anything for doing so.
How many little guys can you have out?
How many poppers? I don't know if
your little minion.
Oh, the bites. 4. Ooh, his auto death queued. Can you see that huge scythe animation? That means his auto death landed.
So I'm assuming it'd be there's a comment right there.
Yep.
Would it be a good idea at one point? Like, I mean, I don't know how powerful you get, but is there a point to getting the master death, like the highest level one?
It basically has a higher chance to do it, and it will try it more often. Yeah, because we have the first level death, second level heal, and the third level B. There's actually something later in the game that will replace the B mechanically. Phantom Foxy. Yep. Just like his psychotic living brother, Phantom Foxy is a real twitchy guy. He would show up in the left-hand corner in FNAF 3 and jump at you in order to try to catch you off guard. The Phantoms...
No idea what you're talking about, Kevin.
Phantoms could not actually kill you in FNAF 3. They were there specifically to harass you and make it harder to see what's going on. Yay! Water hose actually worked.
I remember that actually, like from I don't know if it's like a Let's Play or something that I watched
Maybe.
on one of these, but
Let's see what he
there was
has.
a phantom that got onto got onto the person I was watching, and it like stunned them for like 5 seconds.
That's this fellow right here, the Phantom Puppet, who is probably the most dangerous purely because he harasses you for a very, very long time.
Okay, so I have a question right now.
Sure.
All right, so on this thing right here, go all the way down to the right and down. Who is that guy?
This is the Paper Plate Pals. They were actually a background prop in FNAF 2 that kind of became mimetic.
I'd say that face is hilarious.
Yeah, he's a paper plate Freddy. And the thing is, when this little son, this little adorable fellow with rosy cheeks right here, when you first see him, you think he's a statue because it really doesn't look like he can move around and he's not designed like the other animatronics. And then he comes in to your office and has an audible "hello" sound clip. And then he steals your flashlight so Foxy can kill you. So, his face became very readily punchable. And so it became kind of a joke that's like, watch out guys, anything can be a threat. Even the paper plates will like come off the wall and attack you because anything goes now. Now, funny enough, Phantom Foxy actually is going to serve our purposes a little bit better, so we're going to rearrange the party a little bit again. Get our troll squad up in here, get our healing, and get our little unhinged friend right there. And,
Let me touch your skin.
healing.
Well, howdy!
Yeah, I don't like Toy Freddy. Toy Freddy is basically just inferior Freddy. And I mean that both as a character and mechanically. Like, he gets Speed Song, but Freddy gets Birthday, which is all 3 buffs in one move. He just gets Speed Song, which is just a speed buff. I'm like, you're just literally inferior in every way, Toy Freddy. I'm never using you again.
Isn't that why he's in like, well, in the beginning, is that kind of why he's in like
Making you a sandwich.
Nightmare Chica is the only animatronic in FNAF 4 who can sidestep into the kitchen, which is not a place you can see, but you can hear her like banging pots and pans together. And so the joke is like, what is she doing in there? It's like, is a Nightmare really going to eat? And so the joke came, nah, man, she's in there making you a sandwich, so you should let her in.
So this game just has a bunch of memes as well inside of it as well. A bunch of inside memes.
Part of it is because of the hidden lore aspect of the storytelling found in the FNAF games. The whole thing was, in the first game, the phone guy gave you a really basic, bare-bones tutorial on how to handle the characters, and you were just kind of on your own. But if you looked at the cameras and kind of took your time out to see what all there was to see, you had the chance of running into really interesting background story and learning why the restaurant shut down in the first place and things like that. And with all that information came a big hunt for people to basically play detective and find out, why did things happen the way they happened.
Yeah, people actually going, wait a second, if he's only paid that much, he's getting paid less than minimum wage in order to, have the honor of getting killed.
The honor of dealing with these unhinged robo-psychos. So people eventually put together that FNAF 1 happened in the early 90s based on the paycheck. Because they were able to basically reverse calculate the minimum wage that he would be paid. And Scott went, yeah, you guys got it. That's actually why the check is so low.
Wow.
And then FNAF 2 happened, and FNAF 2's teaser trailer started causing lore discussions. Because right out of the gate, the phone guy is talking, and the phone guy dies. Spoiler alert, phone guy dies night 4 of FNAF 1. Now, the phone guy immediately is the first voice you hear in the trailer of FNAF 2. And, of course, he teasingly tells you, he's like, well, if you're hearing this, you probably made a very poor career choice. Yeah, Unscrew is a little powerful, can you tell? And
I was gonna say.
yeah, and so immediately people are like, the phone guy's alive. How is the phone guy alive? We heard him get taken apart. And so a lot of the discussion starts happening. You get into the restaurant, and then the paycheck, again, has the hidden lore, because the paycheck is dated 1987. So then you realize FNAF 2 is a prequel, not necessarily a sequel. The toy animatronics were an attempt to update the original FNAF characters in order to make them super kid-friendly. And it didn't work. We don't know if they were haunted or if they were malfunctioning, but something went terribly, terribly wrong, and at least 2 people died in that restaurant because of it. So you might imagine, Freddy has been through a lot of grand openings and very sudden going out of business sales.
I mean, Freddy, is it just Freddy mainly, or is it, I'm assuming Freddy and Friends?
It's Freddy and
Everyone's
Friends.
out there. I'd say everyone's
Yeah,
out
Freddy.
there trying to kill you.
Yeah, Freddy is the mascot. Freddy's the mascot, so he kind of gets de facto leadership status. Now, even having said that, this is not going great. That's okay.
Kicking your ass.
I was about to say the B team is fairly strong. We actually have some levels on this, so we'll probably be okay. And even if we're not, we're fine.
You still have the B and death too, so you got some.
Yep, we have some firepower, and these guys are pretty well leveled because this is my starting team. So, generally speaking, animatronics you get later in the game will have higher stat floors. Higher stat floors and higher stat ceilings when you get to that point, but there's nothing stopping you from using your favorites. Ah, come on! I thought I'd encounter like someone new by now.
These 4 battles are giving you a lot of experience.
Yep. In hard mode, the amount of money they give you goes down, but the amount of experience goes up. Oof. We just kind of nuked him from orbit. Thought we would have encountered some more friends by now, but I'm going to attempt to fight this snowman. He has miniguns for arms. You can kind of take a wild guess what a special attack is going to look like. Yeah, like I said, he has miniguns for arms. He's really friggin' strong. Jeez, just lost my healer too. Yeah, I definitely need more friends if we're gonna... Oh, that's not good.
I just realized, since you can make an A team and a B team, I'm assuming you can't make a C team, though.
Nope, just the 2.
Player.
Oh, sweet mother.
That minigun snowball is kicking butt.
Okay, maybe we can slow him down a little and get Regen Song into play, and maybe I can turn this around. Oh, I just lost Chica. That's not good. Hang in there, guys. We can do this. We can actually win this. Oh, no. Stop. Please stop oppressing me. No! I was trying to save you, Freddy. I wasn't fast enough. Okay, if I can...
Guess you weren't ready fast, bear.
Oh, man. That cut deeper than I expected. Stop. Please stop. No! Stupid snowman!
Crap. He just did 80 damage to you.
Yeah. So I'm hoping I can... No! Foxy! You got to hang in there, Foxy. If we jump scare him, we might have a chance. Ah!
Oh, you were about to win.
That was so close.
He was dead! What?
Oh, man. Still Foxy even more. Yar.
I think you got robbed in that one.
That was heartbreaking. Didn't even get to do anything.
Wow.
Man. Okay, let's talk to this guy real quick. Yes, our first defense upgrade. That's probably something that's going to need to happen soon. Everyone's favorite. More like no one's favorite. Scott.
Are there any characters like that are like,
Whoops.
how do I put it? Like he really wants to push them, but like the fans are like, no, you suck.
No, he kind of knew Balloon Boy was going to be annoying, but that was exclusively by design. Your party has the element of surprise. That's actually less helpful than you might expect. Oh, there's the Paper Pals. Huh. That's an appropriate response, honestly. I don't think there's been a character that he expected would break out and be popular, but he's kind of had the reverse happen. Foxy was literally made in the first game because he discovered, he actually mentioned in an interview, he's like, oh yeah, my kids are like really good at like playtesting games, because one of them like tries to see what rules he can break and the other tends to be very methodical. So as a result, he noticed that they would try to like not actually check the cameras at all and just monitor the doors to keep the enemies away. Which ended up actually working like a little too well. Holy crap. Well, in order to counter this is actually why Foxy was designed as a complete lunatic. And
so he would just rush the... Okay.
Yep, and he would rush you if you weren't checking your cameras. And checking the cameras is what slowed him down. I'm really going to get taken out by normal enemies. I really must be under-leveled for this zone. No, like I said, that's actually not a big deal. It's just a matter of try again. Male, female, it's a rabbit. Who cares?
It's a robot.
The internet cares, Scott, and you learned that lesson the hard way.
It's a robot.
His basic response early on was like, it's not a big deal. Who cares? And the fans kept asking, and he discovered very quickly, he's like, oh, they care. Not helped by things like Five Nights in Anime, which is precisely what you're thinking it is, though not as H as you might expect. It's more of a tongue-in-cheek spoof.
Oh, you're not talking about the one I thought you were talking about.
There's been lots of FNAF spoofs. You gotta narrow down your search terms a little bit there.
Five Nights at F-Boys.
Oh, no, that's just more just very tongue-in-cheek, just for its own sake kind of thing.
I just saw that, shook my head, went, that's more Snek's thing than mine.
It's just a novelty RPG, and I don't fault them for making it, but it's really not my jam. Some of the memes that came out of it were pretty good, though. Freddy, my face is gone. Yes, it is. And you deserve it. Piece of trash. Not that I'm mad or anything. See, in FNAF 2, you actually battle against the FNAF 1 animatronics, who are all in various states of disrepair, called the Withered series animatronics. And Withered Bonnie has a chip on his shoulder, and he wants you to know about it. And he'll jump into your office and pull your camera down. And you have, like, 3 seconds, I think, to get the mask on, or you just get killed. Nice. It can get kind of ruthless. I was actually hugely relieved when when in Help Wanted during the FNAF 2 segment, the Withered animatronics didn't spawn in at all.
I'd say, is that that one enemy you just encountered? I'm pretty sure I remember fighting him in one of the Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, the little womp-looking guy.
Yeah.
Maybe with 3 of them, this will be a little more... Oh, nice.
Remember, animatronics cannot kill other animatronics.
Animatronics cannot resist damage from other animatronics. That's just common sense.
You know what? I'm just tickled that that like everyone I've shown that comic just like thinks that line for whatever reason is really funny. I don't know why. It's supposed to be, you know, humans can't withstand damage from monsters, but
We all know in your heart of hearts you said what you meant. All right.
humans can't withstand damage from humans. I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong, but not for the right reason. Yeah, Shadow Freddy.
Freddy. Hey, look, I'll eat your soul.
Yeah,
Exactly
you,
what I said before.
yeah, you had the right of it. All right, we should be a
got a
little bit more sturdy
exoskeleton?
now. Yeah, there's actually 2 different endoskeleton characters that you can get. And one of them actually has an incredibly powerful defensive ability, and we're actually going to want him when we can get our hands on him. Now, there's a particular boss fight later in the game that you pretty much need him or a very particular chip in order to compete. Oh, they're doing a lot of damage. Cupcake, cupcake, cupcake. Oof. Yeah, poppers
Wow,
are
that did a-
powerful.
That did a lot of damage to them, too.
Let's see if water hills will work. Yes! They have to be below 30% HP for that to work, but it's so satisfying when it does. Yeah, we're a little more sturdy, but the later defense upgrades will get us a bit further. Whoops. Didn't mean to use water hose there, but oh well. Life goes on.
Dead.
Yeah, we pretty much got these guys. Nice. That Reaper is out for blood this fight. Or oil, I guess? Nice.
Haven't seen, have we? Oh, I was about to say.
I was about to actually say the same thing, where I was just like, I haven't seen anybody in a small eternity.
Yeah, Phantom Freddy.
Wow, the Reaper got him. Nice. Yep, Phantom Freddy is a good assist character because all of his abilities are debuffs. And they do pretty much what you'd expect. One reduces all enemies' attack, one's defense, one speed.
Huh.
No, we're going to put him on B team, actually. Because that's actually good to have. Now, debuffing is not my go-to A strategy. But he will prove hugely useful in harassing enemies elsewhere. For his buffing capacity, we'll have 2 bears on that team. It's barely a problem.
Unbearable.
You just keep doing you a little bit. Alright, let's try this again.
Are you angry? Are you ready to punch the ocean?
I'm always ready to punch the ocean. Poison him, and then we'll focus on jump scaring him as much as we can. Try to slow him down just a bit so Chica can get some healing in. No! No, you stupid snowman! I hate you so
Holy
much!
crap.
Oh, I hate you, snowman.
But as you mentioned before, the Reaper does have a chance to actually one-shot this.
It does. Right? It does. He is not without... We are not without recourse, let's be real. Yes, lower enemy attack power, please. Got to slow this guy down at least a little bit.
Give him the old bite of 87.
I feel like we got this now.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
We're having a much easier time of it because Freddy can buff us and Phantom Freddy can debuff him. And also, Bonnie has some supplementary healing in the event Chica gets overwhelmed, so this is actually a pretty good... Like, our A team is very much glass cannon, but the B team is very well-rounded. And for some reason, there's like a Shadow Freddy just kind of like rocking out over here.
I was gonna say, is that a dancing ghost?
Yeah, it is.
Talk to him or something?
No, he does nothing. You can't mess with him, and he doesn't mess with you, so...
Alright.
I'm here from Final Fantasy 3.
Popper parties are the best kind of parties, because popper parties don't stop. Try saying that 10 times fast.